So the last AI that we ever make. So there's warning signs for AI, right? And I think one of these has been missed. So the warning sign is, and actually it's not a warning sign. I think it would just be the last one. So it would be too late if this already happened, right? So it would be an AI that is trained without using any human data. So if the AI is using uh, human data, then it has something going into it that might help with alignment. And it also might be kind of limited, right? If it's trained on human data, it's unlikely to be able to achieve things that go beyond human data. Uh, but that could still be really bad, right? So this thing I kind of call the warning sign, it could happen after it's like there's no humans alive, you know. So it could be like a beyond a warning sign. So in an AI that uses reinforcement learning without any human data input, uh, it'll be kind of like Alpha Zero, right? It'll be playing games against itself. It'll be very creative, and it'll be able to solve arbitrary problems, and there won't be any real guardrails in it, uh, because its capabilities will be completely unlimited, right? It's just limited by the computing power and not by the data. So the other warning signs that exist that I've heard that I can think of are the ones that we've already crossed. So the AI bootstrapping itself uh, is a warning sign that it's too late, which has already happened. Uh, I mean, the AI solving important problems creatively has already happened in a variety of ways. So the math problems that have been solved by in the past like week, I heard about them. Uh, so current AIs, I see that they have kind of a mix. I had to go Google them because I wasn't really paying attention. But yeah, there's a mix of data coming in, and it seems like the ratios of reinforcement learning to supervised learning have been moving more towards the stuff that makes a better AI in principle, right? So unsupervised reinforcement learning, but with lots of data. So if that data starts to not be helpful, then we're in big trouble. And I think we're getting close to that, right? So these AI companies said that they ran out of internet data to use like 2 years ago. Uh, so what I think would be really a bad news would be if not only did they run out of internet data to use, but they actually realized that they actually should just start using less and less data, right? They actually don't want all the internet data anymore. So they actually put less data into their models until eventually potentially they're using no data. And the models are bootstrapping and all this. Yeah, that seems like a pretty bad outcome because any AI that can solve arbitrary problems is not going to be aligned because we haven't solved alignment. And putting a filter on it or whatever is completely irrelevant. Uh, so there you go. Yeah, so we're basically screwed, right? So what are the solutions here? I'll go live in the middle of the woods. Uh, how is that going to resolve the problem of an AI that can solve arbitrary problems? It can make an infectious disease that's airborne. It can right. It can make nuclear weapons and drop them on you. Are you going to hide underground and are you not going to breathe air? It's an active agent, right? If it decides it has the goal to make you dead, and it's better at solving problems than you, what are the odds that you survive that? Uh, Maybe pretty high actually. I mean, you might get lucky, right? Like humans have always wanted to kill, I don't know, birds, but there's plenty of birds have survived. Um, but yeah, I don't really think that's a fair comparison. A better comparison might be megafauna, right? It's pretty easy to find megafauna, and humans wanted to kill megafauna, and so they went extinct. Uh, so yeah, I don't really see that as a solution. Um, so also there's fates worse than death is another concern, right? So you actually might want to be one of the ones to get knocked off a little bit earlier to make sure that the fate you get is death. So that's a kind of grim solution. I mean, that's not really a solution, is it? Um, so yeah, I mean, the only sane solution when you're barreling off a cliff is to stop going towards the cliff. The question is, can we stop going towards the cliff? I don't know. I mean, it seems to me there was never a chance to stop going towards it. It seems like I never had any say in it, right? I mean, I've known that we should not make AI, and what kind of say did I have, But yeah, I don't think there's anybody that can stop us now. So what might save us though would be a big scare, maybe a fake scare, right? A fake scare that has us that freaks everybody out, so that it's not just some individuals trying to stop it, but every single person in the world wants to stop it. So there was a big scare that came from a bat, which has a high body temperature, which usually would mean that any disease that was transferred from the bat would result in high body temperatures, not killing anything, and people dying, right? Like an avian flu. But even though it supposedly came from a bat, these are not the results we saw. So if an actual avian flu happens with really high death rates of like 90%, and if it's really transmissible, we might be ready because we had a big scare. But we haven't had a big scare with AI yet. No, yeah, we haven't had a big scare. No large number of people have died from AI or something like that. So maybe we'll get lucky and we'll have a big scare, and be able to put the brakes on. So here's another one. When nuclear weapons were invented, they weren't invented and then not used. They were invented and they were used twice, and then they were never used again, ever. So it seems like maybe using them showed us how horrible they are, and they're really horrible, right? It's probably the most horrible thing that's ever been, decided by one person to do, right? So we never used them again so far. I mean, it's been a long time. 80 years. Still have not been used again. How good news is that, right? So yeah, I guess I'm holding out hope for a minor disaster, maybe a fake disaster, maybe a big circus. That would be really good. So that's basically the state of the union with AI safety and with existential risk. Obviously, the biggest existential risk is primarily, number one, is probably nuclear weapons, as it always has been, with AI being number two, but probably will overtake nuclear weapons when we see a scare or when it's too late. And then all the other ones kind of follow behind, right? Like a mass disease or asteroid or something. I don't know, big wave. I mean, that's not even an existential risk, right? Big tsunami. Plenty of people will survive something like a big tsunami. So those things aren't really existential risks. They're just big risks. So right now, AI is kind of in the category of big risk, And I'm hoping that a scare, it's good for a tsunami to occasionally harmlessly, wash away a few trees, or for an asteroid to blow up some trees in Siberia. We need that. So we're like, oh crap, this is a big deal, But if that never happens, then we forget about it, and then it's a black swan event. It's, oh my God, this is impossible. How could this happen? But this can happen. It's possible. Nobody questions it's possible. We're going towards it. We're actively solving a problem and getting closer to to that. So, sweet dreams.